Forget about getting a Lambo with crypto profits over the next few months. For me, it's about using crypto profits to retire early, to live life on your own terms, so you can wake up as happy on a Monday morning as you are on a Friday afternoon. But I need to warn you, if you don't sell, you haven't made money. In 2017 and 2018, I made serious profits, but lost it all with zero exit plan. In the next cycle, 2021, I learned my lessons and took game-changing profits. So using my 8 years of crypto experience, I'm going to tell you step by step how to take profits over the next few months. And to finish, I'll be getting into how to turn your crypto profits into early retirement. Alt Season Survival Guide. Here's the truth about alt season. It's the most exciting, chaotic, and dangerous part of crypto. It's where people make life-changing money and lose it all just as fast. So your goal isn't to catch every top. Your goal is to capture the middle 70 to 80% of the move and walk away wealthy, not wrecked. Know what you're holding. Long-term versus short-term. Long-term equals BTC, ETH, and a few top-tier altcoins. These are assets that survive cycles, compound over time, and still have value years later. Short-term equals most altcoins. Think of them like a banana. They look awesome when they're ripe, but hold them too long and they rot. Your job, sell the bananas bit by bit as demand goes crazy. Don't hold on to them, praying they'll last forever. Not happening. The two dials that tell you when to sell and what everyone talks about. Like many of the YouTubers who talk about crypto, I'll be using two main dials to guide my exits. One, Bitcoin dominance. This is your altcoin barometer. When Bitcoin dominance is high, Bitcoin is leading the market. When dominance drops, especially below 50%, it means altcoins are exploding. Historically, alt season peaks when Bitcoin dominance slides into the high 40s. Two, sentiment. This is your human indicator. And when you look right into it, investing is so much about human psychology. When everyone's euphoric, when your friends who ignore crypto suddenly want in, when Coinbase jumps to the top of the App Store and TikTokers are calling for $100 XRP, that's when you sell. When these two indicators start flashing together, Bitcoin dominance dropping plus euphoria rising, I'll be starting to scale out or laddering out. The golden rules of survival. 1. Sell strength, not weakness. If your altcoin does a 5x, take a slice. Don't wait for it to dip. It can dip forever. 2. Set your ladders early. Have preset sell orders, maybe 10 to 20% trenches, so you're not making emotional decisions when the market's flying. 3. Keep a moon bag. It's okay to leave 10 to 20% in case it does another leg up. That way you don't feel like you've missed out. 4. Never re-enter the casino late. The biggest trap is selling high, then FOMO buying something else, even higher. Stick to your system. And one more tip, watch others' dominance. The percentage of total market cap held by smaller alts. When that chart goes vertical, alt season is at its peak. By the way, if you want more videos to help you retire early, hit the subscribe button so we can build wealth together. The market data and conditions I use to take profits. I don't guess tops, I use data. A simple dashboard of signals that together tell me when risk is high. Here's my framework. Macro indicators. M2 money supply, liquidity. When global liquidity is expanding, risk assets like crypto pump. When it stalls or contracts, markets bleed. So when M2 growth slows, I tighten up and start taking profits. ISM manufacturing index. When it's hot, like above 55, and starts cooling, that's historically a warning that risk appetite is fading. Market health. Bitcoin 50-day and 200-day SMA. When Bitcoin's above both, we're in a healthy trend. When it breaks below the 50-day, that's a yellow flag. Below the 200-day SMA, that's a red alert territory. Weekly RSI. When Bitcoin's RSI hits 80 plus, it's usually overextended. Combine that with hype, and that's prime profit-taking time. Sentiment. Fear and greed index. Anything over 90 equals extreme greed. That's when I sell into strength. Retail. FOMO. Look for Coinbase climbing App Store charts or YouTubers getting record views. That's late cycle behavior. Cycle timing. Historically, Bitcoin tops come around 500 days after the halving. That points to late 2025. But this cycle is unique, with spot ETFs global liquidity and institutions getting involved. It could stretch into 2026, so rather than predicting a specific date, I'll follow the dashboard and act when 3 to 4 of these lights flash at once. And by the way, literally no one on earth knows when the cycle top will be, not even ChatGPT or any other AI. And as always, nothing in this video should be taken as financial advice, and the full disclaimer can be found below in the description. My exit plan step by step. Let's get practical. Here's how I'm actually managing my exits this cycle. Step 1, write your goals down. This is the part nobody talks about. If you don't know what you want from your profits, you'll never sell. So write it down. I want to pay off my house. I want £500,000 invested so I can live off 4%. I want 5 years of freedom. That's your anchor. When euphoria hits, you'll stick to the plan. Step 2, categorize your holdings. Separate your crypto into long-term assets and short-term gains. For me personally, long-term, I'm thinking Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Tau, and I'll hold a percentage long-term. On the other hand, short-term, I'm thinking SUI, HBAR, Solana, small caps, and I'll ladder out aggressively over the next few months. Step 3, pre-place ladder exit. For example, sell 10 to 20% each time Bitcoin dominance drops another few points or RSI overheats. Never wait for the top. Step 4, use the dashboard. When 3 or more signals align, dominance dropping, RSI above 80, fear and greed over 90, Coinbase trending, that's a profit ladder trigger. This step is really important, so you might want to pause the video and take some notes. Don't just hump and dump the info like I did at school and uni. This might be our best opportunity for making serious money as investors in a relatively short period of time. Step 5, protect the bag. When I sell, I park profits into stable coins, Bitcoin as a store of value, store of wealth, or cash accounts that can earn yield. I don't jump into random new wallets just because they're next to pump. Well, to be honest, I might do that with a very small percentage because I've got gambling in my blood. But it won't happen if it affects my goals in any way. Real examples. Let me show you what this looks like in practice. And remember, this is my plan, not financial advice. SUI, first ladder at $5, next around $10. Target is around $15. Keep 20% long term. HBAR, first trim around $1, then ladder out as hype returns. Solana, take 20% at $500, 40% around $750. XRP, I'll sell 10% up to 50%, then keep the rest longer term. Tau, 20% around $2,000 and 60% around $5,000, 20% moonbag. The goal isn't to sell perfectly, it's to get paid for being early, not punished for being greedy. If you want help, by the way, to invest for a full crypto cycle, type yes below and you can join my free investing community on School, where you get one-to-one support from me and other long-term investors. How to use crypto profits to retire early. This is the part most people never plan for. They think they'll figure it out later. But if you don't give your money a job, it'll just drift back into the market. So here's to actually turn crypto profits into freedom. Step 1, know your number. Financial independence is simpler than you think. Take your annual spending and multiply it by 25. If you spend $40,000 a year, for example, your freedom number is about £1 million. That's what you'd need invested to safely withdraw 4% per year using the 4% rule. And if you're not quite sure what this is and how to use it, see below for a recent video. Step 2, the 3-bucket system. Here's how I break it down after taking profits. 1, safety, 50 to 70%, cash or mortgage pay down. You could use premium bonds or similar, but this isn't for me. This gives you 2 to 3 years of runway, so you never have to sell in a bear market. 2, growth, 20 to 40%, index funds, ISAs, or diversified investments that compound. Think FTSE Global, All Cap, S&P 500, or World Trackers. Venture, 5 to 10%. Keep a small amount in high conviction crypto players or startups. Enough to stay engaged, but not enough to ruin you. This system turns your bull market profits into an actual wealth machine. Step 3, build cash flow. Once your safety and growth buckets are full, focus on cash flow. Use dividend ETFs or bonds for steady income, or in crypto, stake safely on assets like ETH or Tau, but only a small portion. Step 4, mindset. Remember, wealth isn't about maximizing gains, it's about minimizing mistakes. The people who retire early aren't the ones who timed the top. They're the ones who had a system, stuck to it, and didn't let greed get a grip of them. This is barely skimming the surface, by the way, on how to retire early. But if you want to know how you could potentially retire in just 10 years with Bitcoin, again, see below for another recent video. Summary. Unrealized gains don't buy you freedom. Executed exits do. 2025 and maybe the start of 2026 is all about taking profits. Don't be like me in 2017 and 2018. Make money and then lose it all in crypto. It's not a nice feeling and I don't recommend it. This cycle, I want you to play the game differently. Don't chase the top. Build your plan, take your profits and use them to create real independence. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. But what after all that, you're a beginner and crypto feels a bit too complicated or too high risk. Well, if you see below, you'll find my most recent playlist that tells you step by step how to invest in the stock market. It's basically 5-10 minute videos. All I would say again is to take some notes so the info really sinks in and you actually learn the information.